Welcome to the exciting world of daily English conversations for beginners. In this episode, titled English Only Adventure Day, we invite you to a full English immersion experience. Imagine discovering new phrases and words, participating in interactive exercises, and practicing real conversations all in English. With a unique and creative approach, this podcast makes learning fun and effective. We'll focus on the most important phrases and words, repeating them to help you master them. Join us and let your curiosity ignite, ready to boost your confidence and fluency. Listen in and enjoy the thrill of learning with us. Hi everyone, welcome to our podcast. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Mason. We're so excited to have you join us today for a fun and engaging conversation.
That's right, Mason. This podcast is all about natural, joyful conversations and speaking practice to help you improve your English skills.
Today, we're going to talk about starting your English-only adventure. This is a great topic for anyone who wants to practice speaking English more comfortably.
Absolutely. So, let's start with a simple scenario. Imagine you wake up one morning and decide to spend the entire day speaking only English. How would you describe your day, Mason?
Well, Sophia, I think it would be a challenge at first, but also a lot of fun. For instance, I might begin by greeting my family in English. I could say, "Good morning. How did you sleep?" Then, throughout the day, I'd try to keep speaking English as much as possible, whether it's ordering a coffee, chatting with friends, or even watching TV.
That sounds like a great way to practice. Let's break down some key phrases here. Good morning is a common greeting used in the morning to say hello. How did you sleep is a question to ask someone about their sleep.
Exactly, Sophia. It's important to practice these phrases because they're very useful in daily conversations. Imagine starting your day by saying, "Good morning. How did you sleep?" to your family or friends.
Let's repeat those phrases. Good morning and how did you sleep?
Perfect. Now, Sophia, how do you think students can benefit from spending a day without using their mother tongue?
That's a great question, Mason. I think it helps build confidence in speaking English. When you immerse yourself in English for a whole day, you begin to feel more comfortable using the language naturally.
Absolutely. It also forces you to think in English, which is a great way to improve fluency. Instead of translating from your native language, you start forming sentences directly in English.
Let's break down some key phrases. Build confidence means to become more sure of your ability to do something, like speaking English. Immerse yourself means to surround yourself completely in something, like the English language.
Exactly, Sophia. For example, when you spend a whole day speaking only English, you start to build confidence and immerse yourself in the language.
Let's repeat those phrases. Build confidence and immerse yourself.
Great. Now, let's imagine a typical interaction during this English-only day. Sophia, let's say we're at a cafe and we want to order some coffee. How would you go about doing that?
Sure, I would approach the counter and say, "Hi. I'd like a small latte, please." Then, they might ask, "Would you like it hot or iced?" And I'd respond, "Hot, please." Finally, they might ask, "Would you like anything else?" I'd say, "No, that's all, thank you."
Let's break down some key phrases. I'd like is a polite way to say what you want. Would you like is a polite way to ask someone what they want.
Exactly, Mason. It's important to use these phrases when you're ordering something. For example, "I'd like a small latte, please," or "Would you like it hot or iced?"
Let's repeat those phrases. I'd like and would you like.
Perfect. Now, Mason, why do you think it's important to practice these types of conversations in English?
Well, Sophia, practicing ordering food or drinks in English helps you in real-life situations like at a cafe or restaurant. It builds your confidence and makes you feel more comfortable speaking English.
Let's break down some key phrases. Real-life situations means situations that happen in real life, like ordering coffee at a cafe. Build your confidence means to make you feel more sure of yourself.
Exactly, Sophia. For instance, when you practice ordering food or drinks, you prepare yourself for real-life situations and build your confidence.
Let's repeat those phrases, real-life situations, and build your confidence.
Great. Now, let's think about some tips for our listeners who want to start their English-only adventure. What advice would you give them, Sophia?
I'd say start small and gradually increase your English use throughout the day. You could begin by setting specific times to practice, like during meals or while watching TV. It's also helpful to have a friend or family member join you so you can practice together.
Let's break down some key phrases. Start small means to begin with something that's not too difficult. Gradually increase means to slowly do more over time.
Exactly, Mason. For example, you can start small by practicing English during meals and gradually increase your use of the language throughout the day.
Let's repeat those phrases. Start small and gradually increase.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up our first part of the podcast on starting your English-only adventure. We hope you found this conversation helpful and enjoyable.
Now, we hope you're ready for another exciting episode where we explore more about spending a day without using our mother tongue.
That's right, Mason. In this part, we'll focus on navigating daily activities in English. This will be useful for anyone looking to practice their speaking skills in real-life situations.
Absolutely. Let's dive right into it. Imagine you're going through your day, from waking up to going to bed, all in English. Sophia, what's the first thing you would do in the morning?
Well, Mason, I'd probably start by getting ready for the day. I might say to myself, it's time to wake up and get out of bed. Then, I'd go to the bathroom and say, I need to brush my teeth and take a shower.
Let's break down some key phrases here. Get ready for the day means to prepare yourself in the morning. Brush my teeth is a common phrase used when you clean your teeth.
Exactly, Mason. For example, when I wake up, I might say, it's time to get out of bed and brush my teeth.
Let's repeat those phrases. Get ready for the day and brush my teeth.
Perfect. Now, let's imagine another scenario. Sophia, let's say we're at the grocery store and we need to buy some fruits and vegetables. How would you ask for them in English?
I would approach the store clerk and say, "Excuse me, where can I find the fruits and vegetables?" Then, when I find them, I might ask, "How much is this?" Or, "Can I have 1 kilo of apples, please?"
Let's break down some key phrases. Excuse me is a polite way to get someone's attention. Where can I find is used to ask for the location of something.
Exactly, Mason. It's important to use these phrases when you're shopping. For example, "Excuse me, where can I find the fruits and vegetables?" Or, "Can I have 1 kilo of apples, please?"
Let's repeat those phrases. Excuse me and where can I find?
Great. Now, Mason, why do you think it's important for students to practice these types of conversations in English?
Well, Sophia, practicing conversations like these helps you build confidence and become more comfortable speaking English in public. It's also a great way to learn new words and phrases that you can use every day.
Let's break down some key phrases. Build confidence means to become more sure of your ability to do something. Comfortable speaking means to feel relaxed and not nervous when you talk.
Exactly, Sophia. For example, when you practice asking for fruits and vegetables in English, you build confidence and become more comfortable speaking in public.
Let's repeat those phrases. Build confidence and comfortable speaking.
Perfect. Now, let's think about some tips for our listeners who want to navigate their daily activities in English. What advice would you give them, Sophia?
I would suggest making a list of daily activities and practicing how to say them in English. For example, write down brush my teeth, take a shower, buy groceries, and so on. Then, try saying these activities out loud in English.
Let's break down some key phrases. Daily activities means things you do every day, like brushing your teeth or buying groceries. Practice saying is to repeat words or sentences to get better at them.
Exactly, Mason. It's important to practice these activities in English so that you feel more comfortable using the language in your daily life.
Let's repeat those phrases, daily activities, and practice saying.
Great. Now, let's imagine another scenario. Mason, let's say we're at a restaurant and we want to order some food. How would you do that in English?
I would say to the waiter, "Excuse me, can I see the menu, please?" Then I might ask, "What do you recommend?" Once I've decided, I'd say, "I'd like the chicken salad, please."
Let's break down some key phrases. Can I see the menu is asking to look at the list of food. I'd like is a polite way to say what you want.
Exactly, Sophia. It's useful to know these phrases when you're ordering food. For example, "Can I see the menu, please?" Or "I'd like the chicken salad, please."
Let's repeat those phrases. Can I see the menu and I'd like.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up our second part of the podcast on navigating daily activities in English. We hope you found this conversation helpful and enjoyable. Now, we're going to focus on engaging in social interactions in English. This is where we put everything we've learned into practice in a social setting.
Absolutely, Sophia. Imagine you're at a social gathering and you want to start a conversation in English. Sophia, what would you say?
Well, Mason, I might start by saying, "Hi, how are you?" Then I could ask, "What do you do for fun?" Or "Have you seen any good movies lately?"
Let's break down some key phrases here. How are you is a common greeting used to ask about someone's well-being. What do you do for fun is asking about someone's hobbies or activities.
Exactly, Mason. For example, "Hi, how are you?" or "What do you do for fun?"
Let's repeat those phrases. How are you and what do you do for fun?
Great. Now, let's imagine another scenario. Sophia, let's say we're at a party and we want to introduce ourselves to someone new. How would you do that in English?
I would say, "Hi, my name is Sophia. What's your name?" Then I might ask, "How do you know the host?" or "Where are you from?"
Let's break down some key phrases. Introduce ourselves means to tell someone our name when we meet them. What's your name is asking for someone's name.
Exactly, Mason. It's important to know these phrases when you're meeting new people. For example, "Hi, my name is Sophia. What's your name?" or "How do you know the host?"
Let's repeat those phrases. Introduce ourselves and "What's your name?"
Perfect. Now, Mason, why do you think it's important for students to practice these types of social interactions in English?
Well, Sophia, practicing conversations like these helps you build relationships and connect with others in English. It's also a great way to learn about different cultures and perspectives.
Let's break down some key phrases. Build relationships means to create connections with people. Connect with others is to form relationships and understand each other.
Exactly, Sophia. For example, when you practice introducing yourself and asking questions, you build relationships and connect with others in English.
Let's repeat those phrases. Build relationships and connect with others.
Great. Now, let's think about some tips for our listeners who want to engage in social interactions in English. What advice would you give them, Sophia?
I would suggest starting with simple questions and listening carefully to the answers. It's important to show interest in what the other person is saying and to respond appropriately.
Let's break down some key phrases. Simple questions are easy to understand and answer. Listening carefully means paying attention to what someone is saying.
Exactly, Mason. It's important to use these skills when you're having conversations in English. For example, "What do you do for fun?" or "How do you know the host?"
Let's repeat those phrases. Simple questions and listening carefully.
Great. Now, let's imagine another scenario. Mason, let's say we're at a park and we want to start a conversation with someone walking their dog. How would you do that in English?
I might say, "Hi, your dog is so cute. What's his name?" Then I could ask, "How old is he?" or "What breed is he?"
Let's break down some key phrases. Your dog is so cute is a compliment about someone's pet. What's his name is asking for the name of the dog.
Exactly, Sophia. It's nice to give compliments when you're meeting new people and their pets. For example, "Your dog is so cute," or "What's his name?"
Let's repeat those phrases. Your dog is so cute, and what's his name?
Perfect. Well, that wraps up our third part of the podcast on engaging in social interactions in English. We hope you found this conversation helpful and enjoyable.
Absolutely. Remember to practice these phrases and words and try using them in your social interactions. We've covered a lot in this series, and we hope it's been useful for you.
Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.